Welcome to the Matt and Todd Show Super Bowl pre-game special, brought to you by Leanne Hill Photography, certified professional photography by truly talented artists who produces stunning work. Leanne is available for portrait and commercial photo shoots. She's located right here in Cherokee County. Find her on Facebook at Leanne Hill Photography. We'd also like to welcome the Matt and Todd Show's newest sponsor, Warrior Gym. Did you know Warrior Gym has gym memberships as low as $15 a month and tanning as low as $25 a month? With no hidden fees or headache, this gym is located in the heart of Center at 1118 West Main Street and is a locally owned business. Call or text Jonathan Kendrick today at 256-706-5112 for any info needed. That's 256-706-5112, located at 1118 West Main Street, Center, Alabama. That's Warrior Gym.
Good evening, Cherokee County. Good evening, people. We're glad to be here. This is Big Matt, Diamond Dean, just local residents here of the county. Enjoy talking football, and today, Todd, we're going to break down the Super Bowl for everybody, give some scores, some picks. We're going to get some tantalizing statistics and those kind of things. We've got a lot of stuff going on here. We're proud to be set up here. Our producer, Shane, has really worked hard.
Yes.
And we got something going on here. Very blessed with the opportunity. So I guess to break it down like we do always, Todd, how's the week going?
Pretty good week. Middle school basketball ended. We got put out in the tournament. No, we're done. We're done.
Who'd you lose to?
We lost to Rockmart. We were down 12 for 2.5 minutes. We went to the Hack-a-Shack. You know what that is, right?
No.
That's where you foul the other team,
yeah.
hoping they'll miss, and it actually worked. And we cut it to 2 in 2.5 minutes, but we lost the last second shot.
Is Brent helping you do? Is that?
No, this is actually with the middle school.
Oh, okay.
Me and Brent does directly. Brent Mobbs, no, he's out of basketball.
Okay.
So it was exciting, but all things come to an end. So.
Well, ask me how my week was. I guess I could say come to church on Sunday, do breakfast, go home and go to work, and usually on Mondays I'm usually off, so this Monday we had a meeting, and me and Shane put some stuff together, kind of getting this thing moving forward. We're really got a lot of new things coming. We even have a new sponsor. We're going to do some mention stuff on that. Rest of the week, though, it's just been kind of work as usual.
It's not been too cold yet, has it?
No, today, man, it was colder. It seemed like in the evening. The sun popped up for just a minute, and I have to go outside and help people with their cars and stuff. And
we're going to get any winter weather. I mean, February's coming up here.
It's not hurting today. No, I'm going to say it's the early spring. I'm going to go ahead and play. Groundhog's Day is coming, and the left knee is not
tomorrow,
hurting
today.
I'm going to say we're having early spring.
Tomorrow, right?
Yes.
You ever seen that movie with Bill Murray?
I love that movie.
Yeah. You gonna watch it all night, over and over again?
I probably will.
Okay, we could do.
I may not. What if you don't know that if you watched it over and over, if you just watch it that one time?
Well, I don't know, but it's a great movie. The point of it, a lot of people get aggravated with it, but they don't understand the point.
Yeah, no.
Behind it.
I'm not. I mean, of course, we're all Bill Murray fans, I guess.
Well, I mean, the point is the day keeps going over and over again. It's Groundhog Day. Every time I talk to somebody, it's like, no, it gets on my nerves. Same thing keeps happening, and I'm like...
It's a good movie. Bill Murray's great in Ghostbusters, which is coming out this summer. I heard there's a part 3 coming out this summer. I think I heard that. Some kids find the packs and whatever, so...
Bill Murray, he was a good one.
Yeah.
We talk about sports, and he don't have a whole lot to do with sports.
No, he come to the Lakers games. Of course,
yeah,
you see those guys there, you see all those, like he likes Spike Lee at the Knicks and all that.
Yeah, big time Knicks fan. Actually has been into it with a player before.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, this week, guys, we are rolling into Super Bowl 54, the big special. Again, this is Big Matt and Diamond Dean at WDKR.org. Glad everybody's tuning in this evening. 49ers will be the visiting team. They're going to be wearing all white. Chiefs are going to be in their red tops. The highest career winning percentages for these two quarterbacks. So it's going to be a matchup of two good quarterbacks.
Well, Mahomes, obviously, MVP, hurt a lot this year, but he really came on since he's come back, and he's just been pretty dominant.
Yeah.
And not only has he been dominant throwing it, which we knew that, running it. He's just been running it very good.
That's an aspect of the game that we're going to have to dive into and dwell into later. The 49ers are trying to get into the 6th ring club, which ain't the Steelers, and which is
Patriots.
It's in the Patriots, of course.
That's it.
Tom's got all the rings of everybody.
Dallas has 5, right?
Last Super Bowl win games, and is against the Chargers. So with the Hall of Famer Steve Young winning that game, 49-26. That's last time 49.
I watched that. That was not a great game.
No, it wasn't. I don't remember. See, I remember I took some notes on some of that stuff, and when I went back and watched some of that game,
yeah, it was a beatdown, pretty bad.
I don't remember watching it. Maybe I tuned in, but I didn't watch a lot because maybe I got uninterested.
Yeah, they handled it pretty good.
Well, the Chiefs are looking to get Andy his first ring, and their second, which will be since January 11th, 1970. Lynn Dawson was at quarterback, which the AFL had beat the NFL Vikings 23-7. So this is, what I get in these rabbit holes. I get into researching stuff, and when I get into figuring this stuff out, I found out that this game here, 1970, Lynn Dawson's quarterback there, they merged the teams.
The league.
Yeah.
Right, AFL and NFL.
I didn't know that. I mean, I knew it was in that time frame, but I had never really put it together.
Well, when did Namath win this Super Bowl? Was it 68, 69?
Yes.
Okay. He said we're going to beat the Colts. Yeah. Remember the famous saying, he called the victory. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to ever happen because the AFL wasn't as good as the NFL, right? Supposedly.
Yeah.
Or that division. I don't know. I don't understand all the aspects of the AFL and NFL, but you say it merged in 70.
Yeah, after that game, it came to be known as the NFL. So that's the last time. Give you a little history there on those two teams. Now, what do you got on scores, or what do you like on? I mean, not scores really, but your players.
Oh, on the players.
How do you think that? This is a question.
Main players in the game.
Well, I think here's a good question. Because we kind of figured that the 49ers are going to try to run the ball.
Right.
What do you think about their offensive line? San Francisco's versus Kansas City's front four, which is not talked about as much maybe because the 49ers are the number one defense. But, man, I think, Kansas City, I have some numbers for sure that Kansas City's like they're right behind them, like number 3 or 4 defense. I think some people have them at 5. I read a day or two ago. So, how are they going to match up that O-line of San Fran?
That O-line for San Fran's awesome. I mean, to rush for the yards they've rushed for this year, which is well over 2,000, with the 3 running backs, Mostart, who you call Mozart, who's come on big time here, had 772 yards in the regular season. You got Tevin Coleman that used to play for the Falcons, and you got Matt Breida, who is also a very good running back. He's had some fumble problems lately, but he gained over 600 yards this year. Deebo Samuel can run it. I don't think Jimmy G's much of a runner.
No, that'd be.
But
he's not even much of a passer as of last game.
What did they do to Green Bay in the last game? Nearly 300 yards. And people don't know this, or they don't think about it, but they have the best tight end in the league, in George Kittle, or one of the best.
I agree.
And obviously he's one of the best tight ends because he gains yards and catches the ball, but he's a fantastic blocker. So they've got an extra man out there. They got one of the best blocking tight ends in the league.
Well, you think Kansas City's defense is going to be able to hold on and wrangle the 49ers a little bit?
I don't know.
But see, there's so darn many running backs. The 49ers have.
You've been looking at 3-headed monster.
I know. You just went through this list here, and they don't just run the ball like Tennessee did. You know, and that's where, like with Kansas City holding Derrick Henry to his yards rushed that night.
69 yards.
He only rushed 2 times after. It's because of how the Titans ran the ball.
Right,
so I think it can be a little deceiving because it looks like they stopped a great running back, which I think that is a true statement.
Yeah, I would
He's a
think
good
so.
running back.
Yeah, he's not
But
bad.
their style of running is not in comparison to the style of running that Shanahan and these guys are.
No, I mean they run sweeps.
Right.
They run the reverse with that
I think
Debo
that's gonna give them
Samuel.
trouble. I think Kansas City's going to have some trouble, but the guy Chris Jones, Kansas City's defensive guy, he's a tackle out there. He's my dark horse player. That's the guy I'm going to keep. I want the listeners, y'all keep an eye on him, and I think he's going to be a difference maker.
Well, you know, if he can be up front, cause a lot of problems. You know the trouble that a defensive tackle can cause an offense.
Well, the Clark guy too.
When you're having a double team and whatever, you open it up to the linebackers, and Kansas City's linebackers are good. You know, one of them's from from Huntsville, played at Bob Jones.
Yeah.
Reggie Ragland. And you got Anthony Hitchens and Damian Wilson, also very good linebackers.
I don't want to get into college too much, but Reggie used to bother me, Todd, and I know you know. And I'll share this with listeners. They were playing Ole Miss or Mississippi State, and he would read the gap wrong. He did it about 4 times in a row on a run play. Man, I hold our guys to a high standard.
Right, you do. He's tough fan.
Very tough. So, but anyway, I hope he can hold his composure and it being a big game.
Now, from what I understand, he's been injured some this year, but now he plays a lot. But now he's not their signal caller on defense. He's not this Anthony Hitchens led them in tackles, and he's the main man as far as the defense goes.
Speaking of injuries, not on deep, but Coleman is supposed to be playing.
Right, he is.
We just checked earlier. He said he's playing. There's no way you're keeping him out of this game. Speaking of running backs, Dean, Mustache, or Mozart, whatever you want to call him, from 49ers, had 772 yards, an average of 144.
And that's doing that in the playoffs.
I know. He's second in the league in rushing. Defense is for the Chiefs. They're second in the league, which they're 27th in the league for yards per game. And the last 2 games, it looks like they've been defensive champs, by the way Kansas City's played.
Right.
But, like I mentioned, it may be a little deceptive because of the style of the way the Titans ran the ball.
I don't think the Titans are as good as San Francisco on defense either.
Well, Kansas City and Mahomes, they plan to air it out for sure. They scored very fast, and they're going to definitely put it through the 49ers. They're going to try to put them away early and to win this game because they hadn't won more than 50 years.
Right.
Do you see Mahomes scoring quickly?
I see him trying to. But I don't know. I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a rude awakening.
You don't have to try. Don't try to hold back or wince. If you like the 49ers, you stick with the pick. And I have my own idea. And if you know, that's what. And
I'll get into more of the reasons why. But
Absolutely.
I think how old is Patrick Mahomes? 24.
23.
23, 24. I don't think no way a 24-year-old goes out there and leads them to a Super Bowl win. Now, that's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Y'all don't crucify me for that. I've watched this.
Just get up right now. We're done with it. I'm not listening to that because he is the man. I'm just kidding.
Now, he is great. He is great, and he'll get his. But I think it's all going to be just for naught.
What do you think about?
I don't think they'll stop him. I don't think they'll stop San Francisco.
Now, you do know Jimmy G has 27 total passes in the playoffs.
That's all?
But 7 games with 250-plus yards passing. Also leads the league in percentage yards after the catch, which is from Next Gen Stats. Thank you.
Which that means whoever he's throwing it to is gaining a lot of yards
because
after
they
the
got
catch.
dudes, man.
They got Kittle, he's
Chiefs
great.
have these guys, man. They have these sprinters that run after this ball. And talking about the Chiefs, they are 32nd in giving up yards, though, after the catch to running backs and 28th to tight ends. That's saying that Kettle could be the game changer for the Niners. He has 85 receptions for more than 1,000 yards. And he can block, too.
Oh, I think he's great. I think he's my dark horse for this game.
Kettle.
Yours is the D-line for Kansas City. Kittle's is mine.
Look, dude, I'm telling you. And I'm just being honest with the fans. That's how I am, man. I'm straight up. I just wrote down a score as we're setting the equipment up to do the show. This is the toughest Super Bowl.
And I'll tell you something about Kittle. You talk about interesting side notes. Go look at his college stats.
Kittle? Oh, okay.
They're very unimpressive. Iowa.
Well, okay.
He averaged about 20 catches a year.
A year?
Yeah, and he gets in the league and he just blossoms out, and he's just unbelievable. And his yards after the catch is ridiculous.
No.
I mean, and you got the top two. You got Kittle and Kelsey for, obviously, is the best tight end in the league. Well, if not, Kittle's number 2. So this is the best tight end matchup in Super Bowl history.
This is where I'm gonna argue with you on this, on the points you made about Kansas City. It's not necessarily what Mahomes can do, but it's what Jimmy G can't.
Right.
Because Kansas City's passing defense is like one of the best in the league, right?
Right.
Matthews, Sorensen's, Breland, KC's D-backs. And Jimmy G is like 68% ranking while under pressure. That's my point. He was 108 percentage when he was given time. And I think this Falk guy and Jones, and look, I don't know, I hadn't seen Honey Badger.
Well, I hadn't
seen him. Have you seen him blitz, come down the line and blitz?
I hadn't seen him blitz in my life this year.
I hadn't seen that. Maybe 2 or 3 times.
From what I've read in the stats, he's got 75 tackles, which is good. 3 for loss.
Well,
which that means he's probably not came off the edge.
I just don't see how the 49ers are going to have...
But he did have 4 interceptions.
I don't see how they're going to have a chance to score enough to beat Kansas City. I think Kansas City's offense is too potent. I think Andy Reid is a fantastic coach. I think he's hungry to win a ring. I think that Kansas City's defense may be a little underrated.
Probably.
And I just don't trust Jimmy G.
I mean, they're not terrible.
I don't think they can score enough, even running the ball. I think Kansas City's just good enough to slow them down. Man, this is the hardest pick. This is very, very, very hard.
Well, let me give you some more background right here, but that might can help you make a pick.
Hook me up, man. The listeners need to know this is a tough pick, guys. I mean, it's 1.5 points right now in Vegas.
This D-line.
1.5 point pick. That's.
Is it 5.5 right now?
1.5.
1.5.
I don't think there's ever been a closer. I mean, Vegas bookies are like going. I don't bet. I'm not a betting guy. But you can read when I'm reading notes. It has little side things to click and go to Vegas. It's just crazy, man. This is very tough to.
I believe I'll make your mind up for you right here. I don't know.
Mind.
Okay.
That's what this show we're gonna do. Forget Big Matt Diamond.
Okay, you know who the lockdown corner.
Diamond Dean changes Big Matt's mind to the 49ers because I'm a 49ers fan, guys. I'm telling you, I'm struggling picking Kansas City.
Well, you know who the lockdown corner is for San Francisco, obviously.
No, I've never heard. I didn't know they had a guy.
Oh.
So, I'm just kidding.
Long hair, Sherman.
Every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And San Francisco's D-line has been dubbed the Fab Four. You got a guy named Eric Armstead.
Yeah.
Buckner. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember his first name. And you also got D. Ford from Florida. From Auburn. Auburn graduate. And obviously the stud out of this was 16 tackles for a loss, and you know who I'm going to say here. You love him. Nick Bosa.
Oh, yeah. He should have played for you.
That's going to put a lot of pressure on Mahomes, who is good under pressure, who can roll out and throw deep. But you got Sherman covering. And with a D-line that good, do you have to, and a Richard Sherman back there, what is your other three? Do they have to be that unbelievable? Is what I'm saying. And they're not bad, but they're not as good as Richard Sherman.
Here's the thing. The Niners D also gave up the fewest yards allowed for tight ends. They were fourth for wide receivers, and the Niners don't give up passing yards over 20 yards.
So they're going to stop Kelsey. More than likely.
They don't give up hardly any things over 20 yards, but the D-line will have to help. The Niners haven't seen this kind of receiving duo yet.
No, they haven't. They haven't. But, I mean, together they've got over 30 sacks. Their D-line has over 30 sacks, which that's, what, 2 a game?
Most of it has 9, but the Niners' right guard is one of the best in the game. That Mitchell Schwartz guy, Mitchell Schwartz is good. The Niners don't handle the scrambles very well. Mahomes has 4 games with 50-plus rushing yards, which is first in the NFL at moving the chains. First down on Kansas City.
So what you're saying is they get after him, he's just going to run for yards.
Yes, sir.
That's a good point.
It's not that.
I just think they're going to be covered up. They're going to put a lot of pressure on him, and I think their defensive backs, led by Sherman, are going to be able to cover these wideouts for Kansas City.
I don't think they can. They're too fast.
Well, let's see what you got here. You got Tyreek Hill. He's the fastest guy in the NFL, right?
This guy's...
Sammy Watkins, Clemson. He's 100. He's great. Yeah. Wouldn't you agree? You got Kelsey.
And his contract's coming up at the end. They're going to have to, I mean, they better hold that guy. Maybe so.
I think they're going to stop Kelsey. I think that's a done deal. But you still leaves you with Hill and Watkins and Mecole Hardman, who played for Georgia last year.
Yeah.
He averages over 20 yards a catch. And they got a guy named DeMarcus Robinson also. He had 500 yards receiving.
Yeah, I think he was the one, he had, that last game, he was the one that had 4 catches for 60 yards.
He spreads it around.
Yes, and that's something else. So, it seems like, I mean, guys, I'm telling you, I keep saying this, maybe I'm beating an old dead horse. This is tough score to pick.
It is. It's a very even match.
Let me say this. If it comes down to field goals, let me give you fans some reassurance of what you're looking at for field goal kickers. Field goals, you say, the 49ers goal is 74%, and the Chiefs Buckner is 89% at field goals. So we got 49ers 74% field goals, and Chiefs are 89%.
So he's not missing anything.
So the nod goes to the Chiefs if we're going to kick 3.
If it's going to come down to 3.
Yes. Now, my thoughts on Jimmy G and Mahomes. I just don't see nobody stopping Mahomes. There's no way.
I'm not saying they're going to stop him. I'm just saying they're going to slow him down.
And the keys to keeping Mahomes is to keep him off the field. I mean, you talked about this on the phone.
Keep him off the field.
We were talking about, the game and stuff. So, you're going to have to force Jimmy to throw the ball.
Right.
Can Shanahan keep him in the game?
He's the best play caller in the game, probably. One of them.
That's another aspect that's hard for me to deal with because I know the coach he is. We know what he done when he was at Denver. I mean, we know the coach that he is. He's a proven winner, and his son it's his kid. I mean, he's been around it. Man, I'm telling you, this is hard to pick. This is like pulling a teeth not out of a baby.
I've got mine, man. I'm good. I'm confident. I may be wrong, but I'm confident in that wrongness.
Mahomes has 35 starts.
How many has Jimmy G got?
42.
42, so more experience. But nowhere near the arm.
Not a lot.
7 games.
Jimmy G is just not, I don't think he's qualified to win a Super Bowl. Maybe I'm being a little rude.
The only thing, Matt, and there's been teams win the Super Bowl with quarterbacks that could just manage the game.
Absolutely, John Elway.
Yeah, he didn't even throw hardly the last time they won the Super Bowl.
No.
He was great. Johnny Elway was great,
Absolutely.
But he didn't even have to do nothing the last time. It happened several times.
The Niners forced 5 turnovers and 9 sacks in the last 2 games, only allowing 15 points per game. But even though the Chiefs allow 27 points a game, they have had 8 sacks on their own on 3rd and down conversions of only 32% rate. So they're stopping people when it counts.
Right.
The Chiefs are going to stop teams when it really counts. When things get tight and it's time to make a stop, because look what they did to the Titans. We talked about that last game. They put them in bad situations on 1st downs. And if they made the Titans like, okay, you're going to run the ball. We're going to make you run it because they're going to make them be in a 2nd long situation.
Right.
The formula that the 49ers have for running the ball and playing defense, they're going to be tough to beat. But the way the Kansas City has played from behind, the Texans, they were down 24-0, or
Right.
17-7 with the Titans.
Yeah, 17-7.
And they come back and have 4 consecutive touchdowns.
Beat Texas 51-31.
Yes. So call in the Symphony Crew, call in whatever you want to do, but they could find that stopping my homeboy it's just going to be tough, man. Mozart is going to play his song, and he's going to have
He's probably going to have some yards, but you know, you got 2 other guys. So what if he's not getting his yards? Let's try these other guys. Got 3 different backs that are the same level. Who is? We don't even know who the Chiefs running back is.
Watson. We're talking about think about kickoffs,
Mm-hmm.
punts, and that kind of thing. Is what I'm saying. I think that favors Kansas City.
Well, yeah, Hardman's great.
Yeah.
What do you average? 26 on punt, kick return?
Because these guys, these young men, they play in their moments of the game, and in big games, big players make big plays.
Yeah,
right?
and they're fast. They can fly. Speed kills.
Okay, let me give you a little fact here that I'll run into.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL did a top 20 players of the Super Bowl. Did you see this?
No, I did not.
Of course, my homeboy was number 1 because he's good. And I think Jimmy G was number 17 on the list.
Mm-hmm.
15 of the 25 were 49.
This is the best players for the years between the 2 Super Bowl teams.
Yes,
Yes.
in the game. The top 12, 6 and 6. It was both ways. So the top 12, there were 6 Chiefs,
Mm-hmm.
6 49ers.
And most of them were the receivers for
Yes.
the Chiefs, right?
Well, the 49ers are built to try to run the ball because they're going to play defense.
Right.
And I like that, man. That's why it's so hard for me to try to pick against them, man.
Well, they've got some good, their linebackers are good too. And Fred Warner, he actually has made 118 tackles, and Dre Greenlaw has made 88.
Well, they got the 4 top best rushers, man.
And the 4 best rushers, you got good linebackers and you got Sherman in the back.
That's hard, man.
But you got the 4 best receiving core in the NFL on the other side. But you don't have a running back. Who's your running back for Kansas City? His name's Damian Williams.
No, his name is my homeboy. God, did we just miss that stat I just dropped on him? He's rushing 50 yards in all these games. Hey,
But you got to rush for more than 50 yards to win
here's the thing.
Super Bowl, don't you?
And I hate to admit
No,
this.
you actually don't.
Because they're.
Well, the Los Angeles Rams won it one year and rushed for 20.
Well, it's because that was the Marshall's fault for it.
Yeah, 20.
Here's the thing, and we talked about this earlier. We're going to prelude to it now.
Mm-hmm.
LSU, man, how they have played in their offense and how it was done. It's offense, and how offense is played now these days, Todd.
You just throw it around. Big plays.
Yeah, they don't have to play defense because it don't matter because of these calls that the defense is getting squashed on. It's killing the game. It's slowing it down. I'm not going to get on that boat.
But it's not as bad in the NFL.
No, it's not. But it still has changed the game to a pace to where you don't have to be great at defense. All you got to do is score 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the 49ers are going to try to play defense and run the ball. Well, what are they going to do when they run a 12-play drive and go down the field for 75 yards? And then my homeboy runs up down the field in 6 plays. They bust 6 on you. He busts a move down there counting the 10 players that was picked before him because he's giving a little nod to the draft. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah, several players.
Yeah.
He wasn't that I mean, he didn't show out like that in college.
he
Not like he has in the pros.
it's just changed it so much. And it kind of irritates me because, we're the same way on how defense should win games. And I think some of the best defense team, we've talked about this before, we're going over this again, but the Bama team that beat Notre Dame,
Mm-hmm.
or the Bama team that beat LSU.
Right.
Football has changed, ladies and gentlemen, listeners of WDKR, people across the world. The game of football is so prevalent now to scoring and offense as because the NBA moved ahead of the NFL for a time period because of some political things that were going on in the NFL.
Right.
Therefore, trying to mock a sport that is above you.
Right. Right.
It's changed the game. And that's why I'm sticking with Kansas City. Mozart's going to have a good game, but I just
They don't think it'll matter in the end.
I just feel like no, because there's not going to be enough because they're just too fast.
Well, I will say this. It's hard to cover people that can fly and they're running deep. It may not be a big deal in the first and second quarter, but you get in the fourth quarter and they're still running deep, and this guy can throw it deep, it becomes difficult. And I think that's why people lost to LSU. You know, you just wear down after
Well, I
a while.
haven't changed your mind, obviously.
No, you haven't changed
You hadn't changed my mind.
No. I'm going 33-24 San Fran.
I'm going to write this down. 33.
But my reasons are, now let me say this.
Hey, man, rock on with it, bro.
The defensive line for San Francisco, I think they're going to put enough pressure on Mahomes.
Make him uncomfortable.
Make him uncomfortable where he's not as accurate. And
You have seen him throw sidearm passes.
I have. And also, I just think that having Sherman, who's one of the best corners in the game, which he can't cover 4 people.
No.
And like I said, they're going to...
Because they called him out on that, you know. You remember that?
No.
Big deal. Yeah, remember the first talking to you about them arguing and stuff?
Oh, yeah,
Playing on
about the
island.
island. Yeah, Revis.
And
Yeah. But, and their linebackers are good enough to cover people and make plays. Talking about San Francisco. Hey, and let's give a hats off to a local boy that starts on the San Francisco 49ers defense. Quan Alexander from Anniston, Oxford, Alabama.
Yeah.
So we got a native from Oxford. How many miles from here? 45?
Maybe, yeah.
Starting in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's starting, but he's on the
Oh,
roster.
I'm sure he's going to. He'll definitely play. He's a playmaker.
Sexton coached him in middle school.
Big sexy.
Big Sexton.
Oaks Bluff.
Oaks Bluff.
All right, baby.
Yeah, said he had Quan Alexander on one side and another guy that played pro ball on the other.
How's that for defense?
So he's the greatest defensive end coach in middle school history. Or he looked like it anyway.
Right,
You know?
yeah. It helps me got good players.
But I just think, yes, now I agree with you. I think that San Francisco's going to have their moments because they did give up 46 points to New Orleans. But I think in the long run, they're going to be able to stop them enough to win the ball game.
Okay.
And they're going to gain yards on them too, I think.
Don't be fooled, people of the world, because the way Mahomes can control a game, don't be fooled by the way that Green Bay got run off the field. Because
Yeah, they did.
I'm going to say that, and I'm a Packers fan. I mean, you know, I always loved when Brett Favre was there. Of course, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah,
But they're just not good, Todd. And I think it may have given a false pretense and a setting to how people have perceived maybe the game. Because we're ranking it off of how they dominated
Green Bay.
Yes, and the Green Bay is terrible. I'm telling you, Green Bay and Seattle were
Seattle's
said to be the worst 2 teams in the playoffs at that time. They were not good. They were neither one of them going to be favored to win.
Mm-hmm.
On that note, you give the score 33-24 Niners. I'm going 36-31. My homeboy's going to get it done.
36-31.
Their defense is going to play just good enough. I like the pick. And
Well, they do have a bend but don't break defense. And let's be serious. San Francisco did give up 46 points to New Orleans at one point this year. And they struggled with Seattle. Kansas City, who's beat Kansas City this year? I mean, they haven't had a lot of struggles in the last couple of years, and they nearly went to the Super Bowl last year.
It's so crazy to see.
It's a very close matchup.
How they came from last year. What was their record last year? They won 4 games.
San Francisco.
3-13.
Yeah.
Look, man. Yes.
Now, Shanahan's done a great job.
No, I'm talking about Kansas City last year. What was their record last year?
That was 2 before Mahomes came. They did not have a good record.
Yeah.
But once he's got there, they played good last year. And then, of course, with his injury.
Well, the 49ers have got to play out of their heads on defense.
Mhm.
That's what it's going to take. It's going to take them to be able to control that line.
Right. And I think they can.
Because you're going to have to treat Mahomes how Alabama treated Tebow when they played in Atlanta that year.
Right.
I remember, Kirby and him saying he was D-coach Alabama, not to run at him, but to
Right.
run towards him and corral him.
Yeah.
And it worked. But, man, how many
Build a wall around him. Don't
how
let
many
him get out
first-round
behind you.
picks left that Bama team that year?
Well, several.
A lot.
Yeah.
So,
You're going 36-31.
36-31, Kansas City. I don't really like it. I feel kind of, because I love the 49ers, man. I done told you, man, one of my favorite players is Ronnie Lott,
I'd like
Joe
to see
Montana,
that.
Jerry Rice. I mean, the pass in the back of the end zone, that's a great Super Bowl moment, to Clark back there.
But I will say this, if San Francisco cannot corral those receivers, Watkins, Hill, I'm going to make a hypothesis that they can because of their D-line. But let's say they can't, it's going to be a long Super Bowl for them. Even if they are running the ball. Well,
Let's do this. This is unscripted. Let's give a halftime pick. Let's do a halftime score. We'll just do something off the cuff here. Just keep everybody interested.
a halftime score.
Let's just do that real quick. We'll just put it on the spot. I'm gonna say halftime score, Niners and Kansas City, Kentucky Fried Chicken Chiefs
Hey, we're missing Auburn and Kentucky play basketball. Do you know that?
tonight.
Yeah.
The Lakers play too. They're playing. They're playing.
It's over with now, though.
Yeah.
I don't know who won.
All right, halftime. I got Kansas City 21, 49ers 17.
See, this is why I think San Francisco's going to win, and I'm glad you brought this up.
Okay.
I think that Kansas City's going to get shocked in the first half. Seriously, I think they're going to be like, my gosh, who are these guys? And they're not going to adjust and get settled into the second. But it's going to be too late. I'm going to say 20-7 halftime San Francisco.
San Francisco.
See, that's my theory.
And
And it may
Kansas
be garbage, but that's my...
Okay, well, that's a good point because
Then,
we all know that Kansas City's definitely started games off slow.
right.
We do know
I think
that.
that's going to hurt them.
And you're thinking that if they get behind too bad quickly,
It's going to be hard
they
to come
could
back
come
on
back
this
against
bunch.
those other teams because
Right.
they were not very quality. That's a good point.
Now, as far as stats go, at the end of the game, Kansas City may have more yards.
I think
Mahomes
thinking,
may have passed for 300 yards by the end of the game.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna say he's gonna pass to close to 400.
people have passed for 300 yards and had great games before and not won.
That's true.
But I think the slow start's going to hurt them. San Francisco starts fast, very fast.
But they start fast because the way they try to control and run the ball and play defense.
You can't get on the field.
But this guy right here, when my homeboy gets the ball, then it's first down. It's touchdown. This guy, they're going to come out quick. They're going to score on the first play. They're going to get the ball. They're going to go down and score a 6-play drive. Write it down, fans. Kansas City receives kickoff at the Super Bowl. They get the ball, 6-play drive. Kansas City, Kentucky Fried Chief Chickens score.
Who's the youngest guy to ever win the Super Bowl?
It will be this man right here.
Well,
Because he's
see,
going,
that's why I don't
he's
think
going to
it'll
win the
happen.
ring. Well, he's got to change. It's got to happen sometime.
It does.
Have I changed your
It does.
mind?
No. Shanahan's best play caller in football. I mean, he knows what to do.
Andy Reid, man.
Which he did, was the Falcons play caller when they lost the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs' defensive guy
But,
is, I think it's Schwartz or something.
I don't even know who it is, but I know Andy Reid.
No, if
like
I said
Andy
his
Reid.
name, you would know it. I'll probably just look it up, man. We got the internet right here. Well, what was we thinking? We got the Kansas City Chiefs.
Let's see.
Coach.
Steve Spagnuolo.
Spagnuolo.
Oh yeah, he used to be at the Giants.
That's my guy.
Oh, he's good.
That's why I'm bouncing on that.
He's a blitzer.
Spagnuolo he's been around for a long time, and I believe he had to do with...
He's good.
Yeah, he's been around a long time. He had to do with the Giants corralling...
Tom Brady.
Yes, Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Which Eli Manning did play a great game.
He did.
That's another topic. Tom Brady leaving and... okay, we got our scores.
Oh, one more thing.
Before I get on the rabbit hole with Tom Brady. So
Okay, let
stop
me
me, Dave. Just stop me.
Let me tell you this about Tyrann Mathieu.
Yes.
We were talking about he has not been used in the blitz much. Expect him to be used tomorrow.
He's such a little guy. He's a great playmaker.
He's a good
Great
ball
story,
player.
too, because I followed him after...
Oh, I mean, he left LSU and didn't play anywhere.
He had a bad spell, went through some drug stuff, which he's talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Praise God, he saw the light and came around.
I was a fan of his.
Oh, I was. Well, no, I wasn't, Todd. No, I was. You wasn't a fan of his.
Well,
But you're a Bama fan. You was not a fan.
he was good.
Because he had the eye paint on and the armbands, and he's all cool and cocky, and he's trying to beat my Bama boys. Man, come on, get out of
They
here.
did once,
I know.
but not the second time.
He's a good young man. Brady turned his life around. Tom Brady also, did you see the picture of him walking away from the stadium?
No, I didn't.
Well, he's like he's walking out on the field.
Oh yeah, he's been eluding it.
Yeah, so there's some presence to be known that is he going to stay or is he going to go or what's he got going on? Tom Brady was seen at National looking at local schools for his kids.
So he's going to go play for the
This
Tennessee Titans.
just in from our field reporter. Big Easy.
Big E.
Big Easy just hit us with that. So, but now let me correct something. I think I said earlier in one of the shows when they was at the UFC, the Cowboy fight, that Tom Brady was talking to the Chargers owner. It was not. It was the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, which is now licensed as Vegas Raiders.
Well, see.
He wasn't talking, but my point was he may go with Chargers. I was correct on that because they did have an opening because we talked about that.
Yeah, Rivers is gone.
He's going to the Colts.
He's already said that he's making his home in
Colts.
Yeah. So he's gone. I should see him playing there.
Probably a couple more years. I don't think Brady's going anywhere.
Play in L.A.
Might be the last Super Bowl. I don't think we'll see him in the Super Bowl.
What if he comes back though?
And goes to the Super Bowl as a 44-year-old?
I don't see.
That'll make the rest of us look bad.
I've shared this with you once before.
He's a little more.
They ain't had a first-round receiver in 20 years, so there's absolutely no reason why
They should be going and winning Super Bowl.
If they're not going to spend any money on him, Todd, then I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, you're saying there's no reason that they shouldn't be able to spend money on him to keep him. Oh, I thought you were saying there's no reason they ever should have won it.
No.
Because of the crop of receivers he had.
Yeah. He's always kind of made it work because why? Bill Belichick played defense because he was defensive coach of the Giants.
Now Brady's just good.
Those years.
They just got a good system.
Well, which we're going to get into side notes. What's your favorite Super Bowl? Excuse me. What else do we have here? What we got coming in from our sideline reportings? Least amount of points Mahomes has put up in his 35 stats is 27. And every one of the Niners D-line has 9 sacks. Well, we talked about them 9 sacks. Todd, did I change your mind? Do you think it's going to be a closer score? Can I get a closer score out of it?
I'll give you 30-24.
Okay.
All right.
You got that, man.
Oh, and we got another incoming. We haven't got technical enough people to get this. This is our first show, but we got Auburn beating Kentucky 62-60 with 3 minutes left. Now, this is in basketball, obviously.
We're recording this, by the way, which most of our fans know we recorded the day before.
Right. This in Kentucky 16-4, Auburn 18-2, and they're both not even in the top 12. I don't understand that. But with those kind of records, but we got a good matchup there. That's SEC country. We'll be talking a lot about them two later on because they're the best two in the conference.
Yeah. Hey, before we take a break here and head off into some side note stuff, Todd, have you ever heard the saying how people just want to get big and strong? but they don't lift no weights, do they?
Right.
Guys, let me tell you, if you want to go somewhere and get a good workout in, Warrior Gym over in Center, Alabama, my buddy, Mr. Jonathan Kendricks, contact them. We've shared their stuff on Facebook. Our producers put an ad up for their show. I work out over there. It's a great group of people. You go in there, it's not crazy crowded. Everything
free.
is put together very well. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, but they do have memberships as low as $15. You can go tan, Dean. You need to
A
walk
year?
back to Hollywood. Yeah.
Oh man, a month.
$15
A month.
Yeah.
Oh.
$25 for a tan bed.
$15 a month.
Yeah.
Pretty
As far
good
as
deal.
that, I mean, yeah, and you can get tan for 25. People, Warrior Gym, Center, Alabama. Go talk to my guy.
Jonathan Kendrick. Yeah, he's a good guy.
people, man.
Started for Cedar Bluff up here. He was a good ball player.
Was.
We won't get into that though.
We appreciate him too, helping us sponsor out the show here, and we're having a good time. And we went through Super Bowl picks.
He's picking the Chiefs.
I got the Kentucky Fried Chiefs.
And I'm picking the 49ers.
I just think my homeboy's too bad. I think he just is too much.
Well, we're going to have to disagree, but we're still friends, aren't we, buddy? We're still friends. Can't have a disagreement with people anymore.
No. Absolutely not.
No, we can disagree and still get along. When we do disagree. We do disagree.
That's what the world needs more of. If we can leave a note for the listeners out there and the video watchers, people disagree on a lot of stuff, but it don't mean you still can't love somebody. Love is found in the heart, and all this disagreeing argument we got going in the world, that stuff needs to go away.
Let me tell a quick story about that.
Tell a long story about
Well, it's not a long one. This is quick, and we'll end with this. My boss, I won't say what county, but where I work, one of my bosses has chewed me out very bad, more than once.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a dress down. It's humiliating. And you want to know how bad he is at you after he does that? He's not mad at you at all. He'll never bring it up again.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
He'll never treat you like you were that person again. Once he chews you out, it's over. There's no offense. It's it.
That's the way to be.
And that's the best way to be.
It is.
I don't know why we're getting into psychology here.
It's okay, man. This is the Big Matt Diamond Dean Show, and we got fans, and we're growing our base, and we may break it down on a side note show, and I'll have a couch over there, and you ladies tell me, well, I started when I was 7, when I had my Stretch Armstrong doll, and I don't,
Hey, Starsky and Hutch dolls.
So I had G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. No, Starsky and Hutch.
Well, listeners, let's tie this up. This has been fun tonight, guys. Are you having a good time?
Yes, sir.
Man, God is so good and blessed us with this, and Shane has worked hard on this. We hope people are listening, tune in, WDKR.org. We thank everybody, the Big Matt and Diamond Dean, the Matt and Todd Show, and Big Easy Money, our field reporters, bringing in new stats for us all the time. Guys, we're growing, we're having a good time. And
wait, he sent me one more on this. Hold on.
Okay, let's get another score, everybody. Y'all tuning in, which you already know the score.
Over 68-64. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
They already know.
All right. Never mind.
He's diamond, man. He's my diamond. They can't nobody have him.
All right.
All right. Big Matt, host, Matt and Todd Show, and Diamond Dean, my sidekick co-host here. We're having a great time. We look forward to doing this many more times.
Enjoy your Super Bowl.
Yeah, y'all enjoy the party. I may kick in a Facebook Live tomorrow before the game and see how people are doing, and y'all tune in the show. So stay tuned in tomorrow and watch the Super Bowl. Enjoy your pigs in a blanket and your chips and dip, and Big E field reporter's going to make us barbecue nachos to hook that up. Anyway, we're having a great time. Y'all don't leave us now. No, come back. Just go stretch and go take the dog out to use the bathroom, because we're going to do side note show where we take our shoes off. We're really going to take our shoes off, and we're going to talk about your favorite Super Bowl. Whether it's a memory of the Super Bowl, or which game, or player of the game, or something like that. So y'all kick that around, and while you're listening, go right now before the Super Bowl and put up, man. Go to our page. The Matt and Todd Show. Hit on the search at Matt and Todd. My favorite Super Bowl was this, that.
Yeah, we want to hear what you thought.
Yeah.
I've got mine. He's got his.
Trying to stir the creators out there, our creatures, man. We love y'all very much, and it's Big Matt, Diamond Dean.
Over and out.
We're out.
Did you know Warrior Gym has gym memberships as low as $15 a month and tanning as low as $25 a month? With no hidden fees or headache, this gym is located in the heart of Center at 1118 West Main Street and is a locally owned business. Call or text Jonathan Kendrick today at 256-706-5112 for any info needed. That's 256-706-5112, located at 1118 West Main Street, Center, Alabama. That's Warrior Gym.
All right, welcome back, everybody. WDKR.org. Matt and Todd Show, Big Matt, Diamond Dean Side Note Show. We're glad you stay tuned. Hang around with us. We went through our Super Bowl picks and gave our scores and everything. I did not change Todd's mind on his pick.
Is it still 33-24? Or did I go down to 30-24?
I think you went 33.
Okay. You told me to come down.
Well, you know.
33-24.
We got our Super Bowl, guys. It's fixing to happen live here in just a few minutes. I hope everybody's having fun, hanging out with their friends and family, eating and eating their fried pork chops.
Yeah, you got about 30 minutes.
Penalty.
Penalty.
Yeah.
I think somebody stole it.
Daggone it.
Well, they always get the good stuff, don't they?
So what we want to do, Todd, we put this out on Facebook a time or two this week. I have. What is your favorite Super Bowl game itself?
Me personally?
What's your favorite game?
Well, my personal favorite game would be the 2000 Super Bowl between the St. Louis Rams and the Tennessee Titans. And obviously you want the background on all that, right?
That deep play that...
well, you have Warner come on the scene.
Warner hit that big deep play and they missed a tackle up the sideline. I remember that game now.
Well, Kurt Warner,
yes.
First year as a starter, he was nearly 30. He worked as a UPS guy.
Working in a grocery store.
Yeah. And he had quarterbacked in college and quarterbacked arena football. But this was his first full-time year, and it was just an amazing year. You had him, Marshall Faulk. You had a couple good receivers, one named Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt. Then Tennessee had Steve McNair and Eddie George. And
fantastic duo.
The final score was 23-16. And I think Warner threw for 400 yards. Holt and Bruce both had over 100. Falk had over 100.
Those were unheard of passing numbers for
20 years ago. And, their nickname of their offense was the greatest show on turf.
Oh, yes, right.
And McNair had 280 yards. George had 95 yards rushing. But what happened was, at the end of the game, the clock was running out. Tennessee didn't have any timeouts. So McNair threw a pass across the middle to a guy named Kevin Dyson. He caught it, was heading towards the end zone to tie, or to make it 23-22. And then we kicked the extra point, we would have gone into overtime in the Super Bowl. But he was tackled at the 1 yard line, and that's how it ended. And they lost 23. That was the last play of the game.
I got a response on there from our producer. Shane hit us with his Super Bowl was on the Steelers, one of their games. He's a big Steelers fan. Of course, I love the Steelers. And
well, they won 100. Which one?
Lynn Swan, Teddy
Bradshaw.
Bradshaw.
Lynn Swan.
Man, those guys.
1979, I think is it. Yeah.
Okay.
Bradshaw was the MVP. They played the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, great. They're great teams.
Lynn Swan, Franco Harris, all those guys.
John Stallworth.
Jack Lambert.
Yeah.
Oh, what a dog he was.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Swan, Harris, Bradshaw, and all of them won an MVP. A Super Bowl MVP.
Right.
Yeah.
And I believe Kurt Warner was the MVP of the Super Bowl. That's my favorite.
Yeah. I watched a show, Todd, called Circle of Players. It's on the NFL Network. And Kurt Warner, Deion Sanders, a couple of guys up there shooting the breeze, Michael Irvin. And here's a question. This is Side Note Show. We'll do this little thing. What do you guys think about how does winning a Super Bowl, having a ring, how does that affect your outcome, your mental outcome of a player? Do you feel like Kurt Warner's a good example, and I'll give you a little bit of tidbit on him. If he would not have won a Super Bowl,
Would he still be great?
Would you view him as the same?
Me personally, I would.
Yeah, okay. And the census is, he said himself, no.
I would
Me
agree.
being a Hall of Famer, got the gold jacket, and I think Dion had led up some more to it, and Michael Irvin said he felt like you did, like your stats are still your stats, even when you lose the game. And Kurt,
You can't play every position.
and Kurt just said, well, he just didn't think he was speaking for himself in the third person, that he don't think he would have been as noticed later or to be a Hall of Famer. And Dion has been joking all week about, because they're in Miami and they're all down there interviewing, having fun. Well, that'd be great to be down there with them right now.
Right.
To how the Hall of Fame has really eased up. He said it's kind of this crap show that they're having now, where they're letting in anybody, because he didn't want to insult Eli Manning, because Dion is not the guy he was 25 years ago.
Right,
He's grown now and settled, and he's still prime, and I'm sure they enjoy watching him play Florida State. But he feels like Eli's getting in because of maybe who he is, and some other players think that him having 2 rings alludes to my question, that having the rings sets you up to be known for.
Right. Well, I can see that argument, and I agree with Kurt Warner. A player might be noticed as an underachiever because he didn't win the Super Bowl. But I've heard Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley argue about that.
Well, let me ask you
And
this.
Shaquille O'Neal cracks on Charles Barkley and insults him because he hadn't won a title. Well, he can't win one by himself.
What about this good one? Dan Marino.
Yeah.
If Dan would have won a
Would he?
ring, how would that change conversations in grade school when we were young we talked about Dan Marino all the time, man. He was in our generation, our wheelhouse here. We were 40-plus-year-old. We're Generation X.
He's still one of the greatest.
Absolutely, but I think it would have changed your thought process of bringing him up sooner, because Joe Montana always got the talk. Right?
Right.
Because he won the rings. So that's something to kick around, everybody. Again, we're glad y'all are tuning in. We're having a great time. Go on our Facebook page, @Matt and Todd Show. Look on the Big Matt and Diamond Dean, and hit us with these comments. What is your favorite Super Bowl games? How do y'all feel about, does a ring allude to making you a better noticed player? Being noticed.
Well, and I'll say this is a team sport, and I think when you start criticizing people for not winning it, you're individualizing it.
That's exactly what Michael Irvin said. And I know you didn't watch that because you don't even get NFL Network.
No, I don't even get SEC.
He was gone, I think, at that night too. And so that's exactly, Michael Irvin specifically said pretty much that. We need to be careful when we start digging into that. And even though he played at the U, Michael Irvin's a fantastic player. He played
And he's won plenty of Super Bowls.
He played in a rough group of young men at Miami. Very self-aware of their self and the things they did. So for him to say that, man, that's pretty cool.
I mean, but to criticize somebody for not winning a Super Bowl when they can't play defense, they can't kick,
So how you going to feel about...
they can't catch the ball or tackle.
I think it's going to be more important for Jimmy G to win this game tonight, guys, since everybody's fixing to tune in to the Super Bowl. And don't forget, you got stuff in the oven. Hurry, go get it right now. Wherever you are, I remind you, go get your stuff out.
Oh yeah, you got about 30 minutes. Yeah, don't need it. I hate to get to a Super Bowl party and it be 5:30 in the first quarter and everybody goes, all right, food's done. I want to eat before. Do you know?
Are you a before eater?
Yes, I don't want to eat during the Super Bowl.
I'm either way. I can. I mean, look, guy, I'm 260. I'm healthy. I'm good either way. I'm good with wings before or after.
Well, how about maybe all three? But you know.
Well, looks like I don't know. We're gonna go on here with a pick. And side notes, we're talking about some of your best Super Bowl games ever. I like the '91 Super Bowl. The New York Giants beat Jim Kelly and the Bills. And the kick, Norwood is who missed the field goal. Norwood's going to make the big field goal kick.
Not far, was it? 30 yards? 32?
I think it was 32 or 33. And the Giants win that, beat the Bills 20-19. I think what's really memorable for that final second field goal miss is not just only that, but Todd, if you remember, it was during the Gulf War. And if anybody knows anything about music, you do know who Whitney Houston is.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows her Star Spangled Banner. That was the Super Bowl it was sang. And I just found that out looking up some stats about the game. Mark Ingram Sr. played on that team with the Giants, and who was the quarterback? Hofstetler was quarterback.
Jeff Hofstetler.
And, of course, the famous old LT was
right.
wreaking havoc on people.
That was a good Super Bowl, and Buffalo probably should have won it.
I think the memorable moments and what I hope you guys are going to make tonight with the Super Bowl, it's not just about the game. For me personally, I remember watching the game with my granddaddy, and I'd be sitting on the floor, and you're just watching, and he's, I don't know, what would he eat during the Super Bowl? Usually just have cornbread and beans or something, honestly. And he'd watch the game, and I'd sit down there on the floor, and grandmother would put some Chex Mix. I'd take Chex Mix, like the corn, the rice, and the other one, and put them on a pan. So I'm going to put them in the oven. Those are the things that I hope everybody enjoys tonight. Enjoy the time with your friends and family because life is short. So we've mentioned your favorite Super Bowl, the 2000 one, the Greatest Show on Turf.
And yours was the. And I wanted to say one more thing about the Norwood field goal, and I'm not being silly here. You obviously remember the movie Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yeah.
That's where that came from.
Yeah.
The Ray Finkel character who misses the field goal at the end of the game, and they lose it. But he goes crazy. Scott Norwood didn't go crazy.
No.
But that's where they got that. That's the first time that had ever. That's the first time anything like that had ever happened. Nobody had ever missed. And I felt bad for the guy. Still feel bad for him. Because he made that kick a million times.
He was known to be a prevalent kicker.
And we don't know. It might have been a bad hole, bad snap. We don't know.
Well, that was one of my best pick games. And our producer Shane, he loves the 79. The Steelers and the Cowboys game.
That was Super Bowl 13, by the way.
Super Bowl 13, man. And we're on 54. That tells how old we are.
I was 8 years old.
Our field reporter, Big E, said
Big Easy, Big Money.
The Big Easy, yes, he's out right now.
He's doing something, man.
Doing something. I think he was at that Auburn, Kentucky game yesterday.
Okay.
But he may be at the Super Bowl. I don't know.
I think he's in Miami.
But he had told me that he liked the Arizona-Pittsburgh Super Bowl, where Big Ben threw the touchdown at the end of the game. And Kurt Warner was actually Arizona's quarterback that year. Big Ben threw a touchdown to Santonio Holmes right at the end of the game.
What year was that?
That was 09 maybe. Great Super Bowl. 8 or 9. It would have been the 8 season.
Yeah.
But the 9 Super Bowl. Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of good Super Bowls out there. These are just a few of our listeners. Again, we thank you for tuning in to WDKR. Big Matt Diamondine Side Note Show. This is something quick I'd like to run through to stir some comments with you guys out there in the world. And again, we hope everybody's enjoying the moments with your friends and with your family. And speaking of which, Kobe Bryant passing, and I know we missed that like just hours. And we're just going to be quick about that. There's a lot of stuff out there about that, a lot of stuff, and we're not going to go over all of it.
No.
God be with his family, his wife, his mother and father, whatever they got going on. I don't care. It don't matter whatever the differences are. I think if everybody can take something away from this, Todd, is that you need to forgive and forget. Love conquers all, and don't let those moments capture you with anger, try to always find the end to the means, and dreams live forever. Things don't go away just when somebody dies.
Right.
We've lost loved ones. You've lost grandparents. I've lost parents. So, you know.
It was a sad passing. Everybody in the family died except the 2 boys.
Don't let, guys, young people, if you are listening to us tonight, I hope y'all fix to tune in the Super Bowl. Don't quit saying Kobe when you shoot a piece of paper at the trash can. Don't stop doing those things that remind you of having fun in light of him. You know, keep doing those things. Keep God close and your family. And again, we're having fun here doing this. We're not going to end on a sad note because it is Super Bowl Sunday. We got our picks in, guys. Here, what are your picks? Hey, go on Facebook please. Now. Give us your scores, man. You got my number on there. Text me. You got our emails. Hit us up.
We'll give away a prize.
Yeah, absolutely. I give Tori Chandler, he won the prize last time.
When he wins. $1.
Yeah,
Okay.
But side note show, we're going to wrap it up here. Appreciate everybody listening, WDKR.org.
Enjoy the Super Bowl.
Diamond Dean, yes, enjoy your Super Bowl. Enjoy the memories. Have fun with your family. Smile. God loves you. And we'll catch y'all next week.
Did you know Warrior Gym has gym memberships as low as $15 a month and tanning as low as $25 a month? With no hidden fees or headache, this gym is located in the heart of Center at 1118 West Main Street and is a locally owned business. Call or text Jonathan Kendrick today at 256-706-5112 for any info needed. That's 256-706-5112, located at 1118 West Main Street, Center, Alabama. That's Warrior Gym.